Hey, hello, what's up, everybody?
Hey, how are you doing?
Welcome to the
L.A.B Africa podcast.
So this is the platform where we share and encourage young African
Entrepreneurs?
entrepreneurs and youth also to start entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And we do this by sharing our experiences and inviting experts onto this platform to share their experiences and also educate us in certain areas that we lack.
Yeah.
So I'm your host, Martinson.
And I'm Judah Domino.
And today we have in the house a very special guest, a friend of ours, and that is
Farooq
Maiga, who will talk a little bit about him and what he does. But the reason why he's here today is because today we are having a conversation on cryptocurrency. Yeah. I mean, it is the wave out there. It is like, it's the it now. Everybody's talking about cryptocurrency, and sometimes it gets so confusing. So we thought it's appropriate to have Farooq, who I would call him the expert. I mean, I'm sure he will clarify that for me. I call him the expert in cryptocurrency. He trades, he educates, or he trains people into getting into the crypto space. And so just...
But wait, before he comes, I have to let the viewers know, the more reason why this guy is dope is because the person who I made my first trade like sometime last year, the person who taught me how to make my trade, actually Farooq is the guy's teacher. And the guy who taught me makes money, so you should know where Farooq, like, you know, you should know his level. I'm just saying that just so you know.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for having me.
So Farooq has his background in cybersecurity. Yeah, and then I met him first because he was working in Blue Space, which was a tech company, which they were doing really big stuff here in Ghana, big stuff, you know, with the banks and all of that.
Big stuff.
And that's where I met him, and then eventually Farooq expanded. It became bigger than Blue Space. So tell us a little bit about what you do currently.
So when we met, we were working in the blockchain space around the fintech with the banking sectors. But now my focus is around educating the next generation, students in the universities, on what are these emerging technologies, right? It scares everyone to say, hey, what is crypto? You hear all the negative, people losing their money, people losing their savings, their income, people getting fraud and etc. We started late last year putting training around the university for students, but before that I got into this space early around 2016, 2017. Not as a trader, but more as an investor through a friend who's called L.A.B, a Nigerian friend. We went to university together. We started really the hard way. We did the mining.
You did that?
Yeah, he's really one of those guys. Like, we did the mining that led to a fire at his house. We gathered ourselves, put some funds together, and then started trading on that funds. We started as small as less than 30K. It went as far as 110. And then we lost
dollars?
Yes, US dollars. We lost a lot of it. We came down to 50. But overall, the space have grown over time, and we are seeing with the introduction of CBDC, the Ghana ECDs, we see eNara, and we see people asking every day. You get a call from someone who you never think of. This person is looking at crypto, say, what is crypto? And hopefully today we can answer some of those questions.
That's good. That's good.
We can talk off.
So
he has experience in this space. He really has an experience. We'll be diving more deep. I can see Judah is anxious to go deep into it already, but we needed to acknowledge our sponsors though. So I want us to acknowledge our sponsors, Stylus Innovative Studios. They have been taking care of our season 2 for us. Stylus Innovative Studios is a brand. It's a storytelling brand studio based in Accra, and kind courtesy taking care of our audio, lights, cameras, and everything. So big shout out to Stylus Innovative Studios. You can follow them on Instagram at Stylus Innovative Studios GH, or check the website www.stylusinnovativestudios.com. And our other sponsor is
Traventure Experience. So they deal with couple couple, corporate, individual travel experiences
Awesome.
in Ghana. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So before we start bombarding Farooq here with all our questions and all
I'm
our
ready.
confusion, please let the intro roll. All right, Judah. So sorry I interrupted you. I know you had a question for Farooq. Go ahead.
Wow. Like Farooq. So guys, like I said in the very beginning, so my first trading was done last year.
Yeah.
Currently I've lost money. Now before I started, like I still don't know anything about it. Yeah. All I know is that buy, sell. But then to the normal layman on the street who has said a lot about this thing and feels like it's too far of a reach for him. Can you please help us understand what is crypto? Like what is crypto? What are the basics of crypto? And then how can a normal person like?
Sure. Yeah. We all know fiat currency. Fiat currency are the super traditional money we know. Whether it's mobile money, etc. Right. However, the digital version of those ones will be the CBDC, the central bank digital currency. Right. Now, this too is different. But if you talk of crypto is a digital currency or digital asset where, like you said, crypto is encrypted numbers, right?
Yeah.
So unlike fiat, where we know the banks can get up and print unlimited amount that they want, you can do that with crypto. Crypto, either you have a fixed amount of currency that you put out, and it can be tracked. So you know how many of this currency is developed, by who is developing it, right? It doesn't mean they are managing it, but you know who's developing it, and you can track those things. Now, also with crypto, the difference from fiat is that we usually have people hashing the value of crypto to fiat. So if it's like you have BTC, which is the Bitcoin, right, which is the origin, like one of the first well-known one, also the leader in the space, right? You have a currency that is built on a blockchain. The blockchain is more like a ledger where, you know, in fiat currency we have the bank statement, you have your bank book. In the digital side, you have the blockchain technology, which is where all the BTC and different currency are sitting on this ledger. You can track it in terms of transaction. You may not see where it's going or where it's coming from, but you know what moved from where to where. And also the ledger serves as a security, right? So instead of bank A saying that I sent bank B 300,000, bank B is saying that I can't see 300,000. And bank B is saying I send the 300,000 you sent to me to bank D, and you can verify that in the ledger system, which is the blockchain system, you don't have that because there is something called proof of stake in there, and also there are nodes. So nodes are like units, different units around the world. It's a global. The people have different nodes. When I talk of mining first, we're also a node that we're trying to. So the miners, you mine cryptocurrency, and you also serve as a node. So you hold a part of the ledger. And the ledger does two things: it sends some information to the next ledger, but it sends a bit of what it has to the next person. It keep a bit of it, and then the next person have to verify. Okay, what came from this side? It doesn't correlate to what I.
So it's like a puzzle, and then you have a piece of that puzzle, and then you have the piece of that puzzle. When you put it in, it fits.
Exactly.
Be like, okay, that's the ledger. Like
exactly. And that puzzle solving is where the mining comes in. So if you can solve some of these things, it's a mathematical numbers. It's a lot of mathematical crunching of numbers. Once the miner can be able to solve some of the puzzle, then you get returns with BTC. Right? So yeah, that's the.
All right. So let me ask then, how can the normal person start?
I would say the first thing you have to do would be do some reading up. I like to say this thing when I'm talking to the students that our grandparents used fiat. We have used fiat our whole life. Do you think we're investment bankers? Do you think you're investment bankers now?
No.
Because you have used fiat your whole life. How come you want to enter into a crypto space? You only see it from afar. You have not even used it, but you want to enter and start trading. Do you honestly think that's fair to yourself? For me, it would be do some reading, understand what the different assets are, right? And that will give you a foundation into the direction you want to go, right? The reason you want to have a clear direction, because the space is broad. There are different things you can do in the space, right? You can jump into tokens, right?
Okay, tokens,
Digitized tokens, right?
Yeah.
You can jump into even trading. You can do spot trading. You can do future trading, right? Future is not new to the crypto space. It's something that the investment bankers have dealt with a lot, right? We have seen commodity trading, we have seen FX trading, but crypto trading is where you're leveraging more than you have to make some returns, right?
Okay.
That's why you're leveraged 1x leverage, 2x leverage. First thing, introduction into the space would be do some reading, understand what you're trying to do. Secondly, find an exchange. An exchange would be, in the traditional case, would be like a trading hub or an investment broker, etc.
Okay. So like the Ghana Stock Exchange.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
But a digital exchange
Yeah,
where
digital,
you are
okay.
managing it. So,
Yeah.
and then the third step would be to move some fiat currency to a digital currency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But sorry, from what you're saying, I buy the digital currency on like the digital stock exchange, and then that's why I own now a digital asset like let's say Bitcoin, which is the most popular one. Is that how it is? That simple?
It's that simple,
So
actually.
just take a physical cash, and then how do I pay? Like how do I?
So
Okay, so like from bank.
yeah, so most of the exchanges on like I know FTX is not supporting mobile payment now.
Oh, okay.
But you could move from your mobile wallet to your crypto wallet,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Also, you can move from your bank account to your crypto wallet.
Okay.
Just a little point out, Ghana is now you're allowed to do those things, not legally, but the banks won't trouble you too much.
Okay, when you move from bank to
Yeah, from your bank account to your crypto wallet. The banks, they won't worry you too much, but unlike Nigeria, they there's some bias against those things. But that'll be the first thing. Also, there are few brokers around. We call them market makers or local exchanges.
Okay.
So if you don't want to link it to a bank account, you can reach out to one of these exchanges, local exchanges, and say, hey, I want to buy X amount of BTC, right? And they will give you their rate. If you are paying cedis, their rate they will take for converting that to BTC. And then once you pay them, you give them your wallet address, and then they will send you the money.
So this particular one, how did you call them? This particular group where you buy from?
We call them local exchange.
Local. So to me, it sounds or looks like, you see, when you go to the SEC or the Marcoles, you see there's those local exchange, like mostly they're mostly Muslim.
They call you like
and then they exchange
Black market.
the black market.
yeah.
So that's how it's like.
When they see
But
what it says
we
dollar.
won't call this black market. Is it? Would you call it black market?
No, I don't want to call it.
I won't call it black market, but it's something like that.
It's like an offline market.
They are more like peer-to-peer exchanges, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they take your money and send to the next person. You take your money and send back to them. In that, they stay as a middleman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because because my first trade was I did a peer-to-peer on Binance. So Binance, what is Binance then?
Binance is an exchange, right? A centralized exchange, which is one of the biggest in the world right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I found somebody on Binance who was selling his what's the name?
His cryptocurrency.
His crypto.
Yeah.
For I think dollars or something like that. So I paid via Momo, and I just got USDT, and then I now started.
Yes. So that was a on-ramp. The concept is called on-ramp. So you're putting money from fiat to the blockchain.
Okay.
So you have experience using the local exchanges, but
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you didn't use the local exchange. You used Binance P2P.
Yeah.
But most people don't have that privilege yet. So they would rather look at someone locally. And also there's trust issues, right? People want someone they can see, someone they can find their house, etc.
Yeah. That's something we've already mentioned on the platform, that the African want to see, like we talked about, marketing over product, and they want to see evidence before they actually put their money in there. So
True.
that I understand that part that people would want to see where Farooq lives before he
Because in mine, I was scared because I have to send, the person gives you their Momo number, I send them the money, then they send it to me. So they have to acknowledge that they've received it, and they send me the USDT into my, and I sent it, I was like, what if this guy takes my money? What if, but then a day I'm like, you know what, let me just relax. It was not that much, so let me just relax.
I don't know, but I think I also, I mean, with Farouk's help, I signed on to FTS Binance, and what I think one of the rules that I read there was the fact that the person. So when you're buying from someone, peer-to-peer trading, so the person will send it, and then is it the platform confirms that the person has?
Yeah, so I think
So
you have experienced this extra. So the order they transfer, but the transfer gets set in place and
You get
stopped,
to midpoint
right?
somewhere.
And there's a more like a milestone you have to achieve. Once that milestone is achieved, it clears the amount to come to you. So in his case, after he sent the Momo, that's the first milestone. Then the person confirmed that they have received payment, and then once they clear, then the platform deliver. But also in that period, the person doesn't have the crypto.
That's what I want. That's what I want to be sure, because I was wondering whether there's a cause for his worry.
Yeah, there is. We have seen. I have personal experience this. 2019.
Okay.
We had someone reached out to me through a friend who's running a microfinance that he wanted to buy. I'm not mistaken, then it was about maybe 20 millions. He had 20 million worth of BTC he wanted to clear.
Really?
Yeah. And
20 million dollars.
US dollars, yeah. So this person reached out to me. I called a couple of, the way we are friends, I called a couple of friends. We managed to put some small money together. When we arrived, he was staying at Marriott. So when we arrived at his hotel, the vibe wasn't clear. First of all, he changed it. Oh, he wanted we should buy X amount, so we should buy above 5. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 25,000 ETC. So 5 was about 200 plus, like that. So we were like, okay, cool. But we did not have the peer-to-peer system then. So we were doing risk. We were trying to trust the human factor. So we go and see this person thinking that will solve the problem. But these guys, then they were doing flash coins. So flash coin, what he experienced, when you get the notification you have received the coins, with the flash coin situation, after 24 hours, it gets wiped out.
What?
Yeah. So imagine had we gone, now we're doing off the exchange, we're doing physical.
Yeah.
Give him our cash, and then he sent us a flash coin, and then he goes. And then 24 hours later,
it goes back.
So that was, I'm sure that was some of the reason we have the exchange introducing P2P and stepping in as a guarantor or like more like a negotiator in the middle to guarantee you receive what you pay for. Okay, you receive what you sold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So let me ask. Let's get, because I know our listeners are thinking like, okay, so enough about all this talk. How do we make money?
Wait. Before you say how do you make money, are you making money?
Yeah, I am making money.
Are you making money?
Are you making
because
money?
like you've mentioned a million, like 20 million.
Yeah.
Right now you've mentioned a few thousands.
I'm making money, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I will say this: I'm not making a lot of money from trading.
Okay.
You can make most of the young, rich millionaire we are saying in space are traders, right?
Oh yeah.
But when it comes to the crypto space, there are other ways you can make money in the space. Trading is just one way.
Okay.
Right? Most people that are getting the space now are haulers. So haulers are people who, like, you go to the bank and say, I want to join mutual funds, or I want to buy a T-bill, right? In the crypto space, you can buy a certain currency. Instead of you trading it, you hold it.
Okay.
The danger with that is that if the market goes down, your value of your holding goes down. If the market goes up, your value of your holding goes up.
Yeah.
However, if you don't sell, you don't lose.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. When you're a hold, I would say hold as long as possible.
Okay.
Everybody have different strategy, right? That's one way. And then we have the trading. The trading, there are different models, trading style out there. Some people trade 24 hours, some people trade seconds, some people trade percentage, right? We know a mutual friend. He's Michael like strapping. He's like 2%. I make 3%. He's okay. He's happy. He do 5 trade in 1 minute, right? Also, you should know when you are going that way, either one of these stars has risk.
Yeah.
That's his profit. So you just need to find out. Most guys I know in the space are doing a hybrid model where they are trading, but they're also holding a couple of coins on the side. Yeah.
Okay. So don't take it from me. Farooq is making cash out of it. So I'm hoping when I start, I get into it, I'm going to be making cash out of it. So now, to Judas' question, how then?
Wait. But before that, this is a question I see because I watched Logan. There's a guy, Logan Paul or something like that, was having a conversation with a kid and was like, "Don't tell me the figure, but how much have you made so far from it?" Like because also when people hear figures,
people want to relate.
It gets them psyched out, you know. So just give me a range. I know you're talking dollars.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So
That's fine. We're okay with it. We currently with the way the Ghana CD and the dollar is, we like to talk about dollars, so then we look rich.
Yeah, so
we feel rich.
No. So I will say this, right? I've been in a fund with a couple of friends, about 5 of us.
Yeah.
We got a return up to 300,000, right?
Dollars.
Yes, US dollars. And we also lose a lot of that money to like 100,000. But we realized something. When you have the right trading strategy, that money could have gone to $1 million.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have made some money through trading.
So currently, where your money is sitting, is it? I know it's in the thousands.
Yeah.
Is it around $500,000?
Not yet.
$300,000?
No.
Or close?
Close.
$300,000.
Yeah.
But above $100,000.
No. No, I'm less than $100,000.
You less than $100,000.
Yeah. My personal fund is less than $100,000. Yeah.
Oh, that means the other funds. Okay, we'll not go there.
Yes. The space is, the thing with the crypto space is becoming really interesting, right?
Okay.
If you find a right strategy, you don't have to put all the risks on yourself.
Yeah.
Right. I mentioned my partner who we are running the university crypto program. He's doing institutional trading, so he takes money from people, right? And then you guys come up to an agreement, and you see there's a platform that he has built. You have access to it. You see your funds, you see his trades, you see everything. Anytime you want to take your money out, you can take your money out. Once you are doing it, the system will just calculate his percentage and remove it, and you take your money out. So that is becoming a big thing, right? Because, like I said initially, people want to make money, but they don't want to commit the time to learn how to make money.
Yeah.
When it comes to crypto, you can lose 10,000 on one trade, especially when you're using leverage, right? Leverage allows you, if you put $2 into something and you do 10x leverage, that's 10x of the $2. If you gain, you get 10x of the $2. If you lose, also you are in debt to 10x of the $2. Leverage is really, I would say, as a new person into the space, stay away from leverage because you can get web really fast. Yeah.
Okay.
So now, wanting to get into the space, I would say first thing first, do some research, right? Learn about the different trading style out there. You don't need to sit on and decide on a particular style. You can test the different one, but be clear on your trading model. Where do you take profit?
Okay.
Right, because I've seen another friend of mine who runs she does cross-border payment. She invested in some coins, and then she did I think 1,000 or so, and then it went as fast 2,000. She celebrated but did not take the profit out, and then she got wiped. So that happened a lot, but it's back to what we are talking about. Have your strategy clear. Okay. How much profit am I going to take? If I see 10% interest on my holding, do I take 2% out and put it somewhere else? Yeah. Or do I leave it there? But that's your own strategy. You need to decide. Yeah.
But so far, all that you said has been trading. But there are other ways.
Yes.
You mentioned other ways.
With the first one, I talk of hauling. So haulers are people who do spot trading. So they just buy at a fixed price and they just hold. and then wait till the market reach a certain price, that which will be your target sales price, and then you sell, right? That's one way. The space is growing so fast, so now we see gaming coins, right? We see staking. So staking is another way where I like to define staking in a way. It's like if you believe in whatever the platform is doing, you want to support them, you can take your currency and lock it in for a period of time that they can use the funds to help build the platform at a percentage.
It's like an investment.
In a way, it is.
It's like you're buying shares.
Come again?
It's like you're buying shares.
No, you're not buying shares. You're more like investing into the platform.
Investing, yeah.
So it's like, I see what you guys are doing here. If I have maybe I have a camera, I want to help. I say, okay, hold this camera, use it, right?
Yeah.
You don't own the camera.
Yeah.
I own it still.
Yeah.
Right. But you can use it, and in that period, whatever revenue the platform make, you get the percentage of it.
Yeah.
And also you get some privileges. Like if you are on FTX and you are staking FTT, you get some privileges with new airdrop, new listing, and also discount on your how do you call it, your fees as well.
Okay.
Yeah. That's another way you can make money in the space. We are seeing a couple of new things in the space where people can lend their holding out to other people to use it to trade and give them returns. So this works really well when you're a holder. So you don't want to just have your money sitting down there. You want to at least make sure that as the market is going up, you can also, whether it goes up or down, you can still make some money. Yeah. So then you lend your cryptocurrency out to somebody who needs it. Usually you don't know the person. You just lend it through the system. And then you put the percentage that you're looking for there. And then this person take that currency, go and do their trading, whatever they is. But it's locked, right? It's locked in there. You won't be able to access it for that period. And then when they return it, the exchange actually guarantee the return. So the exchange will also make sure that whatever their fund size is, it doesn't go below the amount you lend them. So that's where liquidation comes in. So if they are trying to, the exchange will liquidate them and make sure you can get your money back.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, what we are trying to do is encourage entrepreneurs into different spaces, right? Not a few, man, but it's been a while. I think it's more than a year now. There was an incident in Lebanon, which the accidents, and then it really affected a lot of life and the economy. And then from what we heard, the economy was tanking, but suddenly I heard on the news, it's like crypto is saving Lebanon, or like cryptocurrency is saving Lebanon. You know, a lot of the Lebanese are into, cryptocurrency, and they're getting money, or they're getting rich out of that. How does the young entrepreneur or the African entrepreneur also get into crypto? Like, you're talking about the trading and all of that. He's not interested in the trading. He's already doing his work. So he's already building his business, selling stuff already on the physical market, or providing services. Would you advise the person to get into cryptocurrency or invest in there? And then how or why should he do it?
That's we are seeing a lot of ideas being generated from Africa, heading towards people building businesses on a blockchain or smart chains, right? And it's so nice to see. The last workshop we had at Lancaster, we had this guy called Nana. So it's like every space, right? There are different ways to contribute towards this space and make money. Remember, the exchanges are just the front end. But these exchanges need business developers. They need community managers, right? They need programmers, right? So you need to decide, do I want to be at the front end or do I want to be at the back end? What that means is that you can either do businesses on chain or you can use the chain. So now, people like Nana, what they are doing, Nana is not a programmer actually. He's a concept developer. He's working with this company called What Secret Concept. They just launched a token. He designed the concept and worked with different programmers around the world to build the platform. And then they are building their platform on Banner Smart Chain, right? But you also have people like Richard, another friend of mine, who's building smart contract, right, on the blockchain. But Richard has a programming background, so he's building dials, etc., right? But you have another way you can make money, also the community side. So you know that you don't want to raise maybe you don't have the fund to raise, but you understand the space. You can do educations in that side, educate the next generation, help people, answer people questions, and help the exchanges that are coming to Africa to access the right people, right? That's another way. We have also this one is a lot of businesses in Africa. They are doing the local exchange where they are helping people convert their fiat currency to the crypto side.
Okay.
So we are seeing a lot of businesses around this area, but it's interesting for me seeing artists like a guy called Victor, who's doing they do painting, those things.
Paintings, yeah.
Yeah, so they are like a collection of artists from across Africa, Nigeria, Kenya. A group of them. They have a group called African NFT. Right, African NFT actually. So what they are doing is they are coming together, taking different concepts from different African countries and designing their own digital art. And once that art is done, then they will list that art as an NFT. But the difference is before, where someone like Vita will sell one sculpture, and once he sells it, that's it. He doesn't get royalties again, right? And that money cannot spread, right? With the NFT is allowing him and his community to come together, put their resources, sell an item, and then they all can have a share in it through tokens and etc. Yeah. So we are seeing a lot of these things happening around the NFT side. We are seeing a lot of smart contracts coming from across the region. Nigeria is big on this. Also, Ghana has one of the biggest DIO. So DIO is a smart contract. But it's more like a crowdsourcing community where they vote on the direction the project should go into. So it's in Ghana. I know there's a guy called Mutala who's doing really well in that space. Yeah.
So I have my business. I already have a bank account. I have a dollar account. I have my money there. Do I need to have a crypto account?
I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say yes. Here's the thing, right? The bank and the dollars and the CDs, like your last episode capture, the inflation, and even to move your own money, the bank closes at a certain time, you can move certain amount of money at a certain time, etc., right? With crypto, you eliminate all of that.
Okay.
Right? You control your own. The time, your access to your money, you see clearly the percentage, and some exchanges will not even charge you to hold your own money. Unlike the banks, like my breaking point was about 2020. Like after 1 year of putting money into some fund, showing up and say, how much did I make? And it's less than $50. I'm like, okay, this is time to move the money, you know.
I get you.
Yeah, it's true. I opened a bank account for one of the businesses I was doing, and then I put money in there. The next time I decided, though I put the money in there, I opened it, hopefully to give it to my foreign clients, but I was still doing business with my personal account, so I wasn't actively using that bank account. The next time I went there, the money I put in, it was in the negative.
Yeah, and then you get charged.
I was being charged. I was like, what are you people doing? You're doing nothing. So I'm being charged just for keeping my money there, and now the money I kept there is now in the negative. So it was a bit disappointing to find out this is what is happening to my, So I wonder what was need even for that. So I understand what you said.
I experienced that today, actually.
You did,
I did today.
Yeah. So I understand what you say. You go to the breaking point. You like, So it makes So I get it makes sense. So as a business person, right? Judas also has his own business. But is it safe to receive payments in crypto?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's safe, it's faster, and it's instant.
All right.
Right? And I tell people this, Fadila, who runs a company called Fanash, she's doing cross-border payment, but she's helping company who's buying things from China and the US, instead of you paying 80% through the bank, she move it through crypto for you faster.
Okay.
Okay.
You mentioned that term twice here. The cross-border, what's something?
Cross-border payment.
Okay.
So cross-border payment is like if you're buying something in Nigeria, right? You need to move you know our banking system are now interconnected.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
So if you are paying something in Nigeria, you have to find someone there to coordinate the transfer for you, the exchange rate, you know, the time of transfer, the size of the funds, because some places you can send a certain amount of cash. Right?
Okay.
All this headache, people like Fadela and her company, they help you manage those things for you, right? And also, let's be honest, sometimes you are doing business in Ghana, 80% of your fund is coming in cedis. You are buying something from Amazon or whatever country, they have different currency there. So you now need to convert your local currency into their currency. And you need to do it in a way that it doesn't wipe your cash out. Right? So she helped with people, companies do those things. And even he's talking about tourism, right? People coming from different countries, before they get there, when they want to pay you, you can receive the currency, their payment in crypto.
Yeah.
You know, so there are different benefits in terms of use cases.
That's good to know. Hopefully, we'll have to put our crypto accounts.
That's what we're trying to solve
on the website.
That's what we're trying to solve. You know? Please list it. Yeah, but you mentioned about how an African can look at this space. I will say this, right? We need to understand few things. This technology benefit African the most. Benefit tier world countries the most. The reason I'm saying this is one. We see how do you call this tax on the mobile money?
L.A.B.
We see government just getting up, creating a scheme. Now think of the consequences on the livelihood of the citizen, and dump the pressure on you guys to handle it. Right. With crypto, when we can get to the place where I can pay my Uber driver, with crypto, we have eliminated all of that.
Okay, man. So hey, all my listeners, if you want to avoid L.A.B, jump on crypto.
That's the thing.
Definitely. Like on the weekend, like you know, I usually have Saturday guys come to my home talk crypto. This weekend I'm meeting 6 girls. They are all coming in. They have zero idea. All I'm telling them is, say, let's just put some money in there. You hold it. If anything in your life have digital assets, if everything you're investing in, right, it's like you know what the future is going. If our parents had the opportunity, all the money they had, they would have buy some cities and know that our own part of the cities. When the cities go, there was a period of time city went as far. It was really good.
It was really good.
So imagine if our parents had ownership into the cities and co. Do you know how much money we could benefit? Right. But we now have the privilege for our next generation and say, you know what? That currency you're using, I have some of it. I own some of it. And you can benefit.
Earlier when we were talking, you made mention of being able to buy shares outside Africa through crypto.
Yes.
How is that possible?
Few exchanges, I know FTX was one of the panel of this, FGS, the exchange. There's a concept called tokenized stock. So the same way you have digital asset, or the most simple example would be the same way you have CBDC, the central bank currency, hedged against the fiat. The tokenized stock is one-to-one hedge against the actual stock. So if the actual stock goes down one, the digital stock goes down one. So they are one-to-one. So if you buy digital stock, you are literally having the same value as the actual stock. Right? And on FTX, you can buy, from Ghana, you can buy stock directly from the international stock market. There's no way. Unless you go through Bamboo or those guys, those small apps that are around, right? But with FTX, and also if you are going with this app, your base currency will be fiat. Right? But on FTX, your base currency can be cryptocurrency. And then you can buy whether Amazon stock or Neo stock. I think everybody should get Neo stock, but I'm just kidding. It's whether Amazon, Tesla, like Twitter is now growing up. You can buy some of the stuff. And you can do all of that on FTX exchange where you have put some money into a BTC or whatever, and then you want to buy, just go to, there's a feature on it called Convert, and just select the stock that you want to buy and the amount, and then
So,
it's as easy as that.
this was the name. How do I call it? This
Tokenized stock
is owned by Tesla itself.
So it's hedged against the actual stock by Tesla, 1-to-1.
But who owns it?
It's not owned by anybody,
Okay.
but it's based on the actual stock. So the value of that stock is the value of the actual stock, right?
Okay. I understand that. I know. So one of the things I understand with the actual stock is, I want to know whether there's that same exchange happening where there are, let's say, the middlemen who are selling of the stocks and certain percentages that goes off in buying the. That was from my last listening to the Ghana Stock Exchange, like the process,
the brokerage and those things,
and all of those stuff. Those certain apps, you mentioned an app, Bamboo is also like a broker.
Yeah, they are a broker.
And then so they take
a percentage.
How is it like with the crypto space? How is it the same process?
No, I don't think it's the same process. Okay. Like on FTX particularly, you don't get charged fees, etc. Right? They have a way of making it. I think they make about 3% on the trade volume for a whole country. That's how FTX make money.
Okay.
But you have this stock listed on this exchange that is being, so their system is hedging a 1-to-1 of the actual stock. So they are not making money off what you buy. You make your money based on the value of your stock that you buy, right? So they are not taking broker's fee like the normal traditional exchanges. Yeah.
So when you want to sell, it's.
So you do the same way. Just list it for the price you want to sell, and they'll put it on the order book.
Okay.
Whoever puts in similar order, if it reach your time, someone buy it.
Let me also ask this. You see, for the normal stock here, when a lot of people buy, there was the name, it goes up.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he's saying.
It's 1-to-1.
Yeah, but what I want to know is that, so if I have like 100 guys, if I can convince 100 guys to buy the stock, the FTX, whatever the token.
100 guys is a small figure.
Let's say 1,000. Let's say 1,000 guys. Let's say 1,000 guys.
Okay.
Let's say if I get 1,000 guys, let's say I'm that.
Get one guy, Elon Musk. We have seen.
But let's say if I get 1,000 guys to rush on a particular stock, the token will rise. Okay, guys. So we'll decide on one of the episodes what we are buying together, and then we'll just buy it. We'll just see our money rise. Omat, are you with me on this one?
I don't think it's that simple as Judah is saying it, but Judah makes it sound that simple.
Try.
We'll try, and we'll make money.
Yeah. So I know we are getting more deep into it, and then as we're talking, so many questions come to my mind. But I begin to remind myself that in the crypto space, it's like almost like the whole universe.
Yeah.
You can get deep into it because you mentioned NFTs already. There are other aspects of there are the coins and all of those stuff. And I'm not sure we'll be able to get into it and all of that. But can you share with us, like, from your expert point of view, what do the young entrepreneur do to benefit? Because you said it benefits us the most. Your last words, like, to benefit us the most, and in terms of not just the trading, not just the hauling, but now with what do you call it, NFTs, or with
you can loan, you can take loan, you can borrow as well, right? You can borrow through this platform,
and even with businesses and all that. So businesses on it and all that.
So just your last words with us in that.
So I would say, as a young entrepreneur, you need to understand few things.
Okay.
One would be, how do you handle your cross-border payment right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's key.
Yeah, I do that a lot though recently, so it's.
And we are all doing business locally, but we have customer globally.
Yeah.
How do you handle funds coming in and sending payments?
Yeah.
Right. That's something you can look at for use case, right? Also, we are seeing the betting space.
Yeah,
it's growing a lot. I know 2 young Ghanaian guys who have launched company around that. One is actually out and one is still in design stage. But we see the young people in Africa who are at the betting pilot every Wednesday or Thursday when the UFR, whatever league is on, right? Instead of this person just betting a lot of money and letting these guys, how do you call those people? The betting company. you can also use that funds and hold it somewhere and make some money out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we are saying people, the company I mentioned, he's doing, you can bet now with your crypto as your base capital instead of using fiat, so you can better use crypto, etc. But also I see entrepreneurs like Victor, who's building NFTs that he can sell on FTX and the likes, right? But for creative guys like he mentioned before that he did the spoken word NFTs,
NFT, yeah.
that's another way we are seeing entrepreneurs adapt. But we are seeing as well, like the Nigerian space, a lot of the exchanges handling cross-border, the local exchange handling cross-border payment.
Okay.
And fiat is one of those. Fiat, even though they use a lot of fiat, but we see crypto is one of those products they are offering, right? But speaking to the university students, speaking to guys in the space, speaking to friends outside, there are a lot more that goes that an African can take advantage of, right? Distributions, right? That's something we can look out for.
Okay.
Verification, like we see with the land situation, we see the tracking of vehicles. That's something you can do on the blockchain as well.
Oh, okay.
Right? You can do like when I talk of distribution, but actual things and track, give all your physical item unique codes that when someone buy it, the same way you have QR code on all these the liquid juice these days to verify, you can have that on your not the crypto but more of the blockchain.
Okay.
Right? You can have a code there that everything you produce can be tracked through this ledger system. So if it's not valid or someone's trying to copycat, it's clear that someone just take their phone and scan it and say, hey, this is not coming from this producer.
That's an interesting one.
That's interesting because it
one to know.
reminds me of those movies we watch when it comes to the Western, where somebody buys a watch and someone steals it, and someone steals it, or someone sells it. Now, when they go back to the manufacturer, they can find out whoever has owned the watch before the. So like
that's a good one. That's a good one. Like I think
That's a good one.
I'll definitely have to have a deeper conversation with you on that
we have to sit
aspect
down
of
over
that.
some coffee and
Yeah.
and then
A question came to mind, but I just got distracted, so you just can go. You just go on. Yeah, it just happens. It just happens when there's.
It just
so
happens
much.
when there's so much. There's so much deep stuff. There's so much you want to know.
Yeah.
So okay, I know we've not gone close to even the metaverse.
No.
No, we didn't even get to the metaverse.
I think you should just give us some 1, 2, 3 metaverse. Some few things on the metaverse.
The metaverse is interesting, right?
If you guys want a part 2, just
Let us know. Yeah, in the comments.
Honestly speaking, this space right now, when it comes to digital asset, is huge. There's a whole lot of financial services options going on in the space. I see people like Ose app where they are giving out loans. So if you want a huge amount of loan, you have digital asset, you lock your digital asset at certain leverage rate or whatever liquidation rate you do with them, and then they'll give you fiat. So you go and do whatever you want with fiat, and then when you have it, you bring it back. Unlike the banks where they'll be charging quote unquote start increasing that these exchanges are not, these platforms are not doing that. We are saying I mentioned mining first. But that was
my question. That was actually my question. Is it profitable to do mining at this time?
It is, but not like the traditional way we did. Like before, we had to buy the physical miner. Look, there was sound issues, there were heat issues, electricity bills. Now you have really smart, advanced miner like M2 Pros, which are smaller devices. They are doing different proof method, but they are smaller devices, lightweight in terms of power, lightweight in terms of sound, lightweight in terms of heat. On the weekend, a friend of mine was introducing me to a concept called how do you call it? Play walk to end. So it's new. So he has a system on his phone that he has signed up for. I think they are trying to have access to different smartphones around the world and the different data on it. So the amount of smartphone you can walk by that access the system and make money. So they are giving you their own tokens that you can then sell on different exchanges. So we are seeing another thing we are seeing a lot of, which will lead a good segue into the metaverse, is the play to earn space. Where you're playing computer games where, unlike before, when you're playing some of these games, you kill some of the toughest challenges, you don't get anything besides the points, and then you got the new level. This time, when you hit some of this demo or whatever in this game, you kill them, they give you NFT. And then these NFTs, either they give you unique power and have a value that you can either sell or you can use it to build your character better. And this also leads us into the metaverse, because now your character has a unique feature that is only unique to you, like a human being, and then you have a whole different lifestyle in the whole metaverse,
which you can also sell.
Which you can also sell in some cases.
Money.
I think I heard somewhere like a conversation that parents or children are taxing their parents in the what they call Roblox. Roblox is it's a metaverse. So I think it's one of the I'll call it metaverse game. It's for children. It's actually for children, and it's a universe, virtual world where these children have their characters and then buy stuff for them. And then there's this parent whose child's birthday asked, "What do you want for birthday?" He wanted money to buy assets for his. So that is what apparently a lot of the American parents and other parents whose children are. I have a young boy who the mom called me to come and help him set up his gaming system at the house. So I went and that's what he was playing. And then before you realize, he's connected with other friends all over the place, and then they are playing. So that was actually the first time I actually saw Roblox. I have heard of it, I've never seen it. So that was the first time I saw him playing Roblox.
It feels like a car race game with roads that are blocked.
But I think it's for children. I don't know whether adults are into it. I don't know, but so it's something like that where they buy assets in there with like they buy the I forgot Robux or something like that.
Yeah, most of these games they have their local tokens.
They have their whole currency in there.
So exactly. Yeah. So that you remember we talk of stakings, right?
Yeah.
Initially. So most of the metaverse platform, they have a localized digital currency that is like a token that you use, utility tokens, right?
Yeah.
So also, just to segue a little bit, when you are investing into token or different currency, one of the things you need to look out for is the use cases.
The use
cases will give you an idea into how far this is going. Is this something I believe in? Do I want to see this community growing?
Yeah.
That will help in deciding, do I want to do day trading, or do I want to hold? Now, we are seeing different platforms where we have seen some platform where before you play the game, you have to buy some NFT characters. And then when you buy the character comes with certain attributes. And then based on the character you buy, you have different functionality in the games. We are seeing something in reverse where you actually play the game. When you achieve some milestone, the character, whatever you do to achieve the milestone, your reward will be an NFT. Right? And then you have different power to build. It's like you earn. That's why I said play to earn. The same way you can do work in a physical space, you can play the game, achieve milestones, and then get reward. And one of the reasons I like this is that imagine the African youth who's in high school. Instead of he or she be on Facebook for 6-7 hours. Or TikTok.
For nothing.
Well, it depends what they're doing.
They're not making money from TikTok.
No, I mean, when I say for nothing, I mean,
80%. No, 80% of the time that's what happens. More of cashing up than working. So instead of you doing that, my partner Kankai and I, we have been talking about this because we see the potential. Imagine going to all the high schools in your community and say, you know what? I want to mentor 5 students, but you know what? I will mentor you so you start to earn early. All I have to do is buy the characters. And honestly, some of those characters are about $1 million actually. Some of them start as low as $3-4. But my friend, a friend of mine, his girlfriend, the girl is super into trading. Okay. She's a doctor, medical doctor, but all their phones are going into trading. And every time I say to these guys, like, they have something new to tell me.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things they're like, see, imagine us coming, just buying different characters for African students and just give them assets to play. And whatever return we get, we share it.
Yeah.
So you start to make money really early on in your life. And then another thing you start to do as a young African will be that you're not doing these things where, unlike before, you make small money then just go and leverage it. Because the games are coming into a local token, you have to then convert this token into a whatever token you want before you can sell them. So that limitation allows you to
not easily spend all the money,
exactly,
all the profits or you make.
And as a parent, that's another way you can invest in your children's future, right? Yeah. You say, you know what, I'll give you this capital. You are managing it yourself, right? True. The laws and gains on you, but you can see he's not coming to tell you, I don't know what I did with it, because he can go and check his playing history and look at his earning.
Yeah. I think that's interesting too with the crypto, the fact that you can track it.
Yeah, but the more reason why I love this is because, like, you know, some of us grew up around games, because I didn't go out to play and all that. So, like, I have cousins that I've heard from the one that you shoot the birds with all these things, to having PS and all that, and having
family game and all that. Those things.
If back in those days, like, we were earning something from it, because we all tried to be the best. We all tried to be the best. If back in those days we were earning money from it, like, by I think would have been you know, buying Tesla with our
That's true. But no, like, that's the thing with the metaverse, right? The metaverse gave you the privilege to start over. Right. So if you are black, you want to be white in the game, you can be white in the game, right? If you don't, if you are living in a single room in the game, if you can afford duplex, you can buy a duplex in the metaverse. So that's the amazing thing. I like the metaverse concept because it allows your mind to run free.
Yes, true.
You have no limitation.
True.
And you can see some of the new games now. You see people jumping through the parachute, and then you guys are talking to someone in Amsterdam or whatever in the space. I saw something online. Someone said they said that they were playing a guy football game. They don't know where the guy was, but they were talking on through the communication. And then the guy was. The guy had a girl in the room, and the girl was like, if you beat this person, I'm staying over, something like that. And then the person had it on the other side of the wall and just let the guy beat him. But you see that kind of collaboration. So the metaverse, it's as an African man, I feel like I think we should be forefront of, even though we are always late to the core technology part, but it doesn't mean we can drive the direction.
I think that's what I was coming to say, that Africans have been late to many things, but I feel like this is the opportunity where we can start with the rest of the world.
I don't want to be the devil's advocate here, but, you know, like, Africa, fine. I mean, for me, I want to narrow down a bit down to Ghana. Because majority of the people who really need this are the guys who cannot even afford MTN's like wild internet service.
No, I think that's what he's been trying to do. It's a simple education. It's a simple knowledge. And then
but also having people like him or people like you and your friend who is willing to take people like young people and invest in them and buy the characters for them and make sure like they flourish in this thing. Because imagine going to what's the name? A place in the Western region, like even if you're Quanta or whatever, or if you're Kuma number 9, how do you go into those places and just telling a kid or telling a parent, like, let your child play a game and then he will be rich tomorrow? First of all, they will tell you all the reasons why not. Because if it's not even about the he cannot learn or whatever, he has to go to school, whatever. Sometimes it has to do the financial bit of it. So having people also like him and people who know a lot and who have experienced a lot in the metaverse and all that, who have understanding, now being able to also help and partner with other people to now begin to, because this will always be what we say, the rich always keeps getting richer. Because the rich kid is already playing this. now.
I think for the African is we mentioned it from the beginning that the one of the ways you'll be able to get us into it, or majority of us into it, is the evidence. That's what we want, the proof of it. Say the proof is in the pudding, right? So if you're gonna say, oh, let your child play the game, there's gonna be profit. If the parent hasn't seen that, because those days, parents were not allowing their children to play football because they thought it was a waste of time until they saw the footballers enjoying the money, and then every parent wanted their child to become a footballer because they saw the proof. So if we go to demonstrate, those of us who are already venturing or ventured into it could demonstrate the proof or the benefit of investing in that space, I'm sure we're going to get a lot of the African youth. I mean, the old, it takes time to get them, but I'm sure it's going to take a lot of the African youth, the Ghanaian youth, because we are talking about Ghana, into thinking about it, considering it, and hopefully investing in it. So I think that is one of the things we probably might have to do. So then, when Farooq comes, you show, I made 10,000.
Yeah, but okay, so here's the thing, right? There's something else I realized is that without space, recognition, name recognition, that's one of the way we prove things, right? If you call an old lady, do you know how do you call the charges on the mobile money again?
E.L.A.B.
E.L.A.B. Most people, they understand why, they recognize what E.L.A.B. is, but they don't understand what E.L.A.B. is.
Yes.
And we see the same thing in the crypto space, we see in the different new emerging technology. So that's where our call comes from, where we realize that instead of you waiting, like you said, proof, because bro, by the time you see proof, people don't make the money already. Seriously, by the time you see someone is coming to, there are guys who have been trading this country for 7-8 years. The people in the house don't know. Because one, also understand, if you start to tell people that you are trading crypto, the first assumption is he has money. So everybody wants to be low key. But imagine educating the next generation of young students. Let them start to grow with the technology, recognize the name, but also recognize the different use cases. So they can then now find a way to apply in their own settings. That should be one of the first things we look at, because if you say, like you talk about the football players, the reason parents wasn't encouraging their children to go that route before, it wasn't that it wasn't making money. Footballer has always been making money, but it wasn't recognized, because then you wasn't having UEFA Champions League in your face every day. You were not having the La Liga in your face every day. You could not attest that, oh, I know a football player from my country who had made something out of himself. So you couldn't recognize the returns. But when people start to see returns, they can recognize returns. It doesn't have to be money. It can be, oh, I know someone who's using this. Oh, I know what they are talking about. Where do you think mutual funds come from? I know some ladies, like when I'm consulting entrepreneur to digitize, I know a lady who takes, the Ghana must go bags, those big ones, every day to the banks, like 5 of those things. She doesn't understand what mutual funds is. But she has heard it so much from her accountant that we have your money in T-bill. When I got to her, like, oh, my money is climbing T-bill. I'm like, mommy, do you know your returns? No. But the name recognition has made it easy for her to trust and put half her saving into that. So the same thing in the crypto space. Let's say more. Let's create different opportunities for people to ask questions and people to say, hey, I don't know anything about this space. Can you teach me? And then that will give us a good leeway into people adapting the technology.
Awesome. Cool, man. So there's so much been dropped today. There's so much been dropped today.
So much to learn.
And we are not going to prolong it anymore. we just hoping we're going to have another opportunity. We're going to have Farooq here with us again. So this is not the last time we're going to be hearing from Farooq or be seeing Farooq. He's going to come again, and hopefully at that time we'll be entering into a very specific aspect of the crypto space. either in the trading or either in the metaverse, or we'll discuss that, and then we'll enter it, and then hopefully learn more, and then get the right investments into those places as well. It's been great having you here, Charlie. There's so much.
Like we always say,
let's make Africa great again. Peace.